Hey everyone, Henriello here, welcome back. We are back for another Hitchcock run, and I've decided to kick it off with Notorious from 1946. And this time we are going to see Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman together. And the last movie that I watched was Casablanca, so we're also going to see Claude Rains, which was Captain Renault in this movie. So three people which we're very familiar with, three characters, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us, or should I say what Hitchcock has in store for us for this movie. This movie is also a spy film that we've seen like quite a few spy films from Hitchcock recently. But yeah, another spy film. There we go. Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman.
The defendant, John Huberman, found guilty of the crime of treason against the United States, imprisonment in an institution of the penitentiary type for a period of 20 years.
We'd like a statement from you, Miss Huberman, about your father.
Could we say that you're pleased your father is going to pay the penalty for being a German worker?
So her father worked for the Germans.
I hate low, underhanded people like policemen, pussyfooting after you. Of course, I'm a marked woman, you know?
I prefer her hairstyle in Casablanca.
Do you know something? I like you.
Well, I'll see you on board of this at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, with that hairstyle, it could only be Cary Grant. His signature hairstyle, it never changes as far as we've seen in Hitchcock movies.
My car is outside.
Naturally.
Naturally. Now my car's on the roof.
They'll crawl out under their own steam.
That woman's gonna wake up with a crick on her neck. They place the glass right there.
Let me put this on you. You might catch cold.
Oh, that's so helpful. Totally blocks out all wind. And she's dry. Oh, of course, it's her car, but I don't think it's a good idea.
How am I doing?
Not bad.
Can't get any worse.
This fog gets me.
It's your hair in your eyes.
Oh. What does the speedometer say?
Too fast.
65.
Oh, that isn't so bad.
He wants to talk to you.
People like you ought to be in bed.
Same as you.
Sure you can handle it?
No trouble.
You ought to know.
Well, then he's probably a police officer or someone of a higher rank.
Why, you double-crossing buzzard? You're a cop. Get away from my car. Ow! Oh.
You gonna calm down? Oh.
Oh.
I'm not gonna...
Oh, he knocked her out. She was not going down without a fight.
You'd better drink that.
It looks the exact same color as the drink in Suspicion. You really can't tell what drink it is when it's in black and white. Oh, that's disorienting.
I've got a job for you.
There's only one job that you coppers would want me for.
Some of the German gentry who are paying your father are working in Rio. My chief thinks that the daughter of
A traitor?
well, he thinks she might be valuable in the work.
Why should I?
Patriotism.
That word gives me pain.
We've had your bungalow wired for 3 months.
Wired? That's a violation of privacy.
I've hated you ever since I found out.
My daughter, don't talk to me like that.
Stay on your side of the table. I love this country. Do you understand that? I'll see you all hanged before I raise a finger against it. Go away and leave me alone. Good times. That's what I want. And laughs with people I like. But treat me right and like me and understand me.
Well, what about it? Plane leaves tomorrow morning early.
She looks better with her hair down like that. Huh. She still agreed to it in the end.
He had some news about your father he picked up at the last stop. He died this morning.
How?
Poison capsule.
He did it himself?
Yes, in his cell.
Cyanide, I guess.
I don't know why I should feel so bad. But now I remember how nice he once was. I don't have to hate him anymore. Or myself.
Complicated feelings. He was her father. Before she knew, everything was good, so that's what they call ignorance is bliss.
It's a nice apartment, and I don't mind dusting and sweeping, but I hate cooking. I'm practically on the wagon. That's quite a change.
It's a phase.
You don't think a woman can change?
All right. You've been sober for 8 days.
Every time you look at me, I can see it running over its slogans. Once a crook, always a crook. Once a tramp, always a tramp. I'm pretending I'm a nice, unspoiled child whose heart is full of daisies and buttercups.
Nice daydream. Then what?
Her character this time is very different from the previous movies I've seen of her.
Why won't you believe in me, then? Just a little. I know why you won't, then. You saw her because you were fallen for a little drunk you tailed in Miami. It must be awful. I'm sorry.
I simply question why we don't find some way of taking them into custody.
Even if we arrested their leader, Alexander Sebastian, tomorrow another foreign man takes his place and their work goes on.
We want somebody inside his house, in his confidence.
You are sure of her political side?
Oh, yes. I'll give Devlin his instructions right away.
I haven't even told her, like, what are the dangers of the job. Though I'm sure she knows. There's always a chance of death.
Let's stay.
We have to eat.
I'll cook.
I thought you didn't like
I
to
thought you didn't. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
This is a very strange love affair.
Why?
Maybe the fact that you don't love me.
She suspects that he's just doing all this to get on her good side. But he doesn't actually have feelings for her.
Do you want me to bring anything back with me?
What about a nice bottle of wine? To celebrate. Bye.
They were practically glued to each other the whole time until he had to leave.
I don't know if she'll do it. I don't think she's that type of woman. She strikes me as
Well,
being
I don't
rather...
understand your attitude.
Best see through her.
Miss Huberman was chosen not only because her father gives her an ideal background, but because Sebastian knows her.
Oh?
He was once in love with her.
Oh, okay.
Sebastian's house is a cover-up for whatever this Farben group's up to here in Rio.
You'd better go back to Miss Huberman and explain to her what she has to do.
All right.
They're not gonna remind him about his bottle of wine?
Hope it isn't done too much. It caught fire once.
What are you doing to that chicken?
Well, Handsome, I think you better tell Mama what's going on, or all this secrecy is going to ruin my little dinner.
I suppose he does have feelings for her after all.
After dinner.
No, now. The time has come when you must tell me that you have a wife and two adorable children.
Bet you've heard that line often enough.
Right below the belt every time.
Oof.
You remember a man named Sebastian? He had quite a crush on you.
I wasn't very responsive.
You're gonna have to be now.
You got to work on him and land him.
Mata Hari. She makes love for the papers.
Matahari means sun in Malay.
I suppose you knew about this pretty little job of mine all the time.
I only just found out about it.
Did you say anything?
He did.
I didn't say anything.
Not a word for that little lovesick lady you left an hour ago. How dare you, gentlemen, suggest that Alicia Huberman, the new Miss Huberman, be submitted to so ugly a fate?
He did say something like that. He's just not willing to admit it.
Do you want me to take the job?
Oh, it's not fair to ask him.
What you didn't tell them, tell me. Do you believe I'm nice and that I love you and I'll never change back?
I'm waiting for your answer.
Great. He's torn between his feelings for her and his job.
Not a word of faith, just down the drain with Alicia. That's where she belongs.
Yeah, we can tell that Alicia's really hurt.
I guess I'm the girl nobody remembers.
I mean, the hat's really covering her face. Okay, good job, Devlin. If I didn't know that this is Captain Renault, I wouldn't have recognized him. I mean, Casablanca was 4 years before this movie, but he looks younger. Probably because, you know, he lost the mustache. Looks younger.
Captain Prescott, intelligence man. He's down here as part of the Washington espionage.
Hey, he's rather handsome, isn't he?
I'm allergic to American agents.
I wondered why you left your father.
He insisted. He was so unselfish. He kept worrying about me, begging me to leave. I had no idea he was going to die.
Perhaps I can help you to forget. I'd like to. Will you have dinner with me again tomorrow night? My mother's giving a dinner party.
She won't mind an extra guest?
Her old friend is never an extra guest.
The old boy knew me, eh?
Yes, he thought you were very handsome.
You don't say. I'll try to memorize the names of all the people you see there tonight. Unless you have something very urgent to report, I suggest that you two keep shy of each other for the next few days. That's in case Sebastian's people want to check on you after your visit.
And she looks entirely white in that outfit. Or it just could be a very light color, but we can't tell because everything's black and white.
Miss Huberman? Yes. Please forgive me for keeping you waiting.
I'm Alex's mother. I knew when I saw you.
You did not testify at your father's trial. We thought that unusual.
He didn't want me to.
Miss Huberman, may I present Eric Matisse, Emil Hubka, Dr. Anderson.
She has to memorize all their faces and names.
It does not mean anything anymore. One has the feeling of not going anywhere. I suppose we can. It takes nearly as long to go from this.
Something about the bottles. We should keep that in mind. Maybe it carries a secret message or something.
I'm afraid, gentlemen, that something must be done about Emil.
There have been several other lapses before. There'll be more, if you permit me.
When you drive up to Petropolis, the road winds quite a bit. There are some very awkward turns.
Hmm.
I'm very sorry, gentlemen.
Nonsense. We all have nerves.
You have been overworking. Emil, it would be better if I came with you.
No. That would be too much for you.
Come on, Emil.
I hope you feel better in the morning, Emil.
Thank you.
He won't feel anything anymore next morning.
And I do wish you'd be a little more cordial to her.
I thought I was behaving very well.
Might smile at her.
Wouldn't it be a little too much if we both grinned at her like idiots?
I think Miss Huberman or Madame Huberman suspects Alicia already.
Emil Hubka, heard of him? He made quite a scene about a wine bottle the other night. He seemed to think of something else in the bottle. You can add Sebastian's name to my list of playmates.
She just wants to make him jealous.
Pretty fast work.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
Daisies and buttercups, wasn't it?
Didn't you tell me to go ahead?
Man doesn't tell a woman what to do. She tells herself. You almost had me believing in that little hokey-pokey miracle of yours, that a woman like you could ever change her spots.
You never believed in me anyway, so what's the difference?
Why are you arguing about this now?
If you only once had said that you love me.
Dry your eyes, baby. It's out of character. Except keep on your toes. It's a tough job we're on.
Man, a snowball just keeps rolling. He didn't want to tell her the truth. Now she says this to him out of spite, and then it makes him think that, you know, she didn't repent after all and stuff. It's just... things get worse and worse.
I thought I saw you looking through your field glasses.
I was watching you and your friend, Mr. Devlin. I thought maybe you're in love with him.
I've told you before, Mr. Devlin doesn't mean a thing to me.
I'd like to be convinced.
Excuse me, sir. Miss Huberman wishes to see Captain Prescott or Mr. Devlin.
She's had me worried for some time. A woman of that sort. What sort is that, Mr. Beardsley?
I don't think any of us have any illusions about her character, have we, Devlin?
She may be risking her life, but when it comes to being a lady, she doesn't hold a candle to your wife, sir.
Those remarks about my wife are uncalled for.
Withdrawn?
Yeah.
Apologize, sir.
Mr. Sebastian has asked me to marry him.
Whoa.
He wants me to marry him right away, and I have to give him my answer at lunch.
Right away.
Of course, it's a perfect marriage for us.
For you.
Everything seems to be nicely arranged. I don't think you need me here anymore, do you, Captain Prescott?
Thank you, Miss Huberman, very much. Everything has been managed with great intelligence.
Yes, thank you.
My goodness.
All these carping questions are merely the expression of your own jealousy. You've always been jealous of any woman I've ever shown any interest in. The wedding will be next week. We shall both be pleased to have you present, if you wish.
If you wish. I mean, the thing between Alicia and Devlin is just... there's just misunderstandings and their inability to just tell their true feelings to each other. Gets me tired looking at them.
It doesn't look very cheerful here.
Madame Sebastian wasn't certain you'd be back tonight.
Why not? I telegraphed her.
She said we were all to retire, sir.
Madame Sebastian did all that on purpose. She did it on purpose.
This door is locked.
Madame Sebastian has charge of all the house keys, madame.
I'm Miss Hubka. He was a first-class metallurgist.
But you guys killed him.
My work is done.
You've been successful.
Oh. What was he making again?
Some of the closets are locked. Could you give me the keys?
I'd forgotten about the keys. Of course I'll get them for you. Well,
Please, mother, stop arguing. Give me those keys. I will not.
there they are.
Good job. Now she's able to check every room. The butler could easily inform Mr. Sebastian and Madame Sebastian about her actions.
Alex has the key to that.
And get it from him. Don't you live near him?
More like with him.
Persuade your husband to throw a large shindig. Consider me invited. I'll try and find out about that wine cellar business.
I don't think it's going to be so easy about you. He thinks you're in love with me.
Tell him you thought if you invited me to the house and I saw how happily married you were, the horrid passion I have for you might be torn out of me.
That might actually work. Yeah.
I just hope that nothing will happen to give him any false impression. Darling. Very contrite.
Does Eric recognize Devlin?
Hello, Dev.
Good evening. He's quite sensitive about you. He's going to watch us like a hawk. Let's hope the liquor doesn't run out and start him down the cellar for more.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
You remember me?
Senor Ortiz.
How sweet. Young men usually have short memories.
What? Oh, there seems to be plenty of bottles left. Yeah, being a spy is not easy. You have to face all this tension.
We better hurry.
Lots of time.
No, Joseph might have to ask Alex for more wine. He's running out faster than he thought.
Oh, really? The way they're just pretending to have a funny conversation.
Mr. Devlin bother you much?
Oh, no, darling. He's trying to drown his sorrow. Excuse me. I think I'll ask the orchestra to play some Brazilian music. They've played waltzes all evening.
Oh, my dear.
Quite an excuse to get away. It's a race against time. Against people gulping down all their drinks. Like they haven't drank for a whole week and then just come here to drink everything. Oh my goodness. And you had to drop it. But that doesn't look like wine.
Help me find a bottle of wine with the same label as these others.
But it isn't really sand, is it?
Some kind of metal ore.
Ah, that's why Emil was there. He's a metallurgist. He was a metallurgist. Pretty sure he's dead now.
I'm terrified.
I just pretend you're a janitor. Janitors are never terrified.
Well, they've got what they want. Did they lock the door?
It's Alex. He's seen us.
I'm gonna kiss you.
No, he'll only think we...
That's what I want him to think.
Oh, I see. It's a great improvisation, but they need to get the key back to Alex.
I'm sorry to intrude on this tender scene.
I knew her before you, loved her before you, but I wasn't as lucky as you. Sorry, Alicia.
Please go.
Good night.
He kissed you.
I couldn't stop him. I tried.
We'll talk about it later.
Alex must be fuming.
You go down for the wine now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the key though. Did she get the key back to him? You see, that's the thing. She never put the key back. Clearly, he suspects her already. Oh yeah, this time there's still the Hays Code, isn't it? So they can't sleep in the same bed together. They can't show that in the movies. If the key's back there now, then he's definitely gonna know that it's her. Is he gonna see that she poured the wine down the drain? Oh, can't believe it hasn't dried up yet. Oh no, it's different. I suppose they were short on time. They couldn't have covered it up that well, but the thing is with the key though, the key should have been put back before he came down a second time.
Mother. Alicia.
The mother's I told you so.
I knew. I knew.
Of course, she knew.
I am married to an American agent.
I was wondering what she was doing. Gets a cigarette right away, like, let me just smoke one first.
There's nothing to do. I'm done. Finished. I'll find out what I'm married to. Look what they did to Emil Hupke. Emil who did nothing.
Oh, that's what he's worried about.
I'd do the same myself. Kill the fool who betrayed them.
No one must know what she is. She must be allowed to move about freely. But she will be on a leash. She will learn nothing further to inform. She must go, but it must happen slowly.
Poison? Right, slow poisoning.
Anything wrong?
I have a bit of a headache. Would you mind?
Oh, yes, I think we can fix that.
Thank you.
And no one would suspect a thing.
That sand that Devlin brought in shows uranium ore.
Isn't that radioactive?
Try to help us find out where that sand comes from. I'm going to change your contact in about a week. Mr. Devlin's been transferred to Spain.
In the meantime, I'm to report to Mr. Devlin as usual.
Oh, yes.
I'll keep my ears wide open. Bye.
Goodbye.
The thing is, she won't get any more useful information after this, ever. And they'll keep feeding her coffee.
Are you in pain?
Yes, I'm so dizzy.
The scary thing is, when this kind of thing happens, nobody suspects anything. And nobody will ever know. You just suddenly get ill. And then you just die.
You don't look so hot. Sick?
Hangover.
Oh, come on. Of course.
You look all mashed up. Must have been quite an evening. Okay, if you want to play that way, go on, have fun.
Here's something that belongs to you. I should have given it to you sooner. A scarf that you lent me once in Miami.
Sit down, you're still tight.
I don't want to.
Why do they have to be so stubborn and keep taking jabs at each other every time they meet?
My dear child, you must have a doctor find out what is the matter with you.
I never go near doctors.
Then you might like the mountains. The Aimores Mountains are beautiful.
Tell me, are you going to Leopoldina?
I'm going to send him my...
Care for some more brandy, Otto?
No, thank you. I'll just finish my coffee.
No, that is
Oh, but that's a
When you are young, rest is the best doctor.
Oh, good thing she can still think clearly. She knows. They know she knows. They know that she knows that they know she knows.
I won't go to bed, if you know.
Oh, is it too late?
No, please, don't bother.
She has to get away, get away, get away. Cold sweat, nausea, dizziness, it sucks.
No, go away. No.
Get Dr. Lisa.
Don't worry, dear Otto. We'll get a doctor, a good one.
Disconnect the telephone. Madam must have absolute quiet.
Oh. Oh, it's too late. They're gonna isolate her and slowly kill her. Oh man, and now she's watching her 24/7.
That drinking of hers. I don't believe it.
Why should she lie to you about that?
Despite him.
Yes, but I'm going to pay a call.
Go ahead if you want to. But don't take any chances.
Mrs. Sebastian home? Mrs. Sebastian is very ill and confined to her bed. If you will wait here, Mr. Devlin, I'll tell Mr. Sebastian.
Right.
Suspect something, Devlin. Suspect something. It's suspicious.
Mr. Devlin to see you, sir.
Tell him I'll be with him in a minute, will you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a good thing he knows which room she's in. Oh, but Madame is there. No? Oh my god, it's that bad. She can't even speak.
I'm so glad you came.
That wasn't the hangover you had that day. What is it?
Yes, I was sick.
Just say help, Alicia. Just say help. Help, one word, 4 letters.
They're poisoning me. I
Yes.
couldn't get away from them. Alex and his mother found out.
Okay, now go.
I was getting up because I love you. I couldn't bear seeing you and him together.
Oh my god, I keep getting afraid to see not Alex or Madame's silhouette in the background.
You love me. Why didn't you tell me before?
But I couldn't see straight or think straight.
Oh,
You love
yes, yes. Now can we get out?
Have you got a coat?
me. In the closet.
The heck with the coats. Just go.
And the others haven't?
They'd kill him if they knew. Say it again, he keeps me awake.
I love you.
The sand comes from the Aimores Mountains. From a town, Santa Mar something.
Good girl.
Dad, I'm afraid they're all in the house. We can't make it.
That's right. Oh man, what did I say?
I'm taking her to the hospital to get the poison out of her. How'd you like your friends downstairs to know?
What is happening, Alex?
You haven't forgotten what they did to Emile, have you, Sebastian?
Oh, okay. I can still make this work.
I'm not afraid to die.
You've got your chance here and now. Tell them who she is.
Where are you taking her?
To the hospital. Alex, talk to them, quick.
What happened, Alex?
Mr. Devlin heard her scream.
Yes, I telephoned the hospital as soon as I saw how she was.
Alex is still more afraid of his own people than American agents. Man, I feel tense just watching this scene.
Please take me, please.
There is no telephone in her room to call the hospital.
Ah, haha.
I wish to talk to you.
He dug a pit for himself with the telephone thing. Oh. They ended it right here. I can already guess what's gonna happen. Alex is gonna be offed. Madame Sebastian is gonna be offed. Alicia's gonna get to the hospital together with Devlin. She's gonna get better. She's gonna recover. And they already know where the ore is from. The metal ore is from the Amor Mountains, Santa something. And they're gonna find out. That was a very tense scene. My shoulders are stiff. Wow. Nice one at the ending. I was just wondering how they were gonna get out of that situation because it's Devlin against like five of them. And if you include the butlers, maybe 6 or 7. So I was like, no way they are going to get out of that situation. And in fact, when they were talking to each other in the bedroom, I was like, this is touching and all that, but can you get your ass up and just get out of there as fast as you can? Woo! Very nice scene, loved it. And the next most tense scene would be the slow poisoning. And then the moment Alicia realizes that they're poisoning her, and then she knows that they know that she's a spy, and then they know that she knows that they're poisoning her. Whoa. That was good. It was a good scene. From what I experienced in the movie, they started with some funny, a little bit of comedy, and then it moved on to frustration because like, why are you spiting him and why is he spiting her? Like, they just want to take jabs at each other. They can't reveal their true feelings. And then it moved on to tension, when they're in a wine cellar, and then Alex discovers them, and then they start poisoning her. She knows that they're poisoning her, and then Devlin comes and tries to rescue her out of that situation. Like, whoo, just spirals into more and more tension. Every time when I want to say Alex Sebastian, I keep almost saying Renault because I keep thinking about his role in Casablanca. If I compare this movie with Suspicion, because both of these movies have Cary Grant in it. So if I compare these movies, Suspicion and this movie, I feel like this movie is even more tense compared to Suspicion. Suspicion had that tense music to help that particular scene. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't watched it. So if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But this one, I was so tensed up. I didn't even notice if there was any music in the background. I think even if there was, it was just very soft, subtle music. And you feel the tension more than you hear the music. So this scene was pretty well done. The next movie reaction that I'm going to do is also a Hitchcock movie, so you can try and guess what movie that will be. And that's it for now. If you enjoyed the reaction, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.